Okay, got it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about elevator speeches. Before I begin, does anybody know what an elevator speech is?
Yes,
You do, Paul. What is it?
it's where you promote something.
Right, you promote something now. Why do they call it an elevator speech?
Anyone? I
Is it
guess we don't know, George.
Is it
Oh.
because yeah, I
Alright.
can do it in an elevator?
Right, yeah, like let's say, how long does it take you to ride in an elevator? Let's say you get on the elevator and you gotta go to the 10th floor of a building. It's a pretty high building. How long does it take? It'll, it'll take you about maybe a minute or two, right? So that's how long your speech is supposed to be, about a minute or two. That's why they call it elevator speeches. They're supposed to be speeches that you can give really quickly and take about the time it would take you to ride in an elevator. All right. So why are elevators important, or elevator speeches important actually? Well, elevators are important too. I don't like stairs. I'm in a wheelchair, so I can't use stairs, but elevator speeches are important because you guys are your greatest promoters about your group. If you want people to know about the athletic input councils or the athletic leadership councils, you guys are the ones that are going to be the greatest promoters. You guys are going to be the ones that tell people about it. You're going to get people excited about it, and people are going to want to join. And it's all because of what you guys do. So having a good speech set up, something that you could tell them quickly and inform them about who you are and what you do is really important, because you guys are the face of your group. Do you guys agree? Yes, no, thumbs up, thumbs down? All right, I got a couple thumbs. There we go. All right. So as I was saying, your elevator speech has to be short, and it should be to the point and targeted to your audience. And I'm gonna talk about these things individually, but there are some main things that you gotta cover in your speech, right? These are important things that you should say. You gotta say what you guys believe in. You gotta talk about the issues that you're dealing with. Why do you come around as a group? You gotta talk about your goals. What do you guys do as a group? What's your plan? What are you guys trying to do? And then most importantly, you gotta talk about how can you get involved? How can they get involved? Right? And so this is all the four things that we're gonna be talking about. But these are the main parts of an elevator speech. All right, let's talk about beliefs. This is what your group believes in, or what you guys believe in. What's important to you? This can be about how you feel about how people with disabilities can be treated. Now, people have all sorts of beliefs, right? Groups come together because they share common beliefs. Now, there are lots of self-advocacy groups out there, and they all have different ideas about what they believe in. But here are some examples. And in a little bit, I'm going to ask you guys to tell me what you guys believe in. But here's some examples. People with disabilities should be able to make their own decisions. You guys agree with that? People
Yeah.
with disabilities should be able to make their own decisions. Or do you want other people to make decisions for you?
No,
Sometimes,
oh,
Right, I
I
mean,
just,
do you guys want me telling you what to do?
no,
Not necessarily.
No, but now I feel bad, so because every time like myself or anybody else that's in the state council catches you doing a spell error, I mean,
you gotta make your own decisions. Sometimes, that can be harder. Because, it's easier for other people to make decisions, but sometimes they don't make the decisions that you want. Right?
Right,
And then some groups believe in that people with disabilities have the right to live independent lives. Right? You gotta be able to make your own decisions. You want to be able to do what you want to do. So these are just some of the beliefs that some groups believe in. And this is important stuff to share when you start talking about this stuff in your elevator speech. Talk about what you believe in. What does your group believe in? Issues. These are the things that you're dealing with. We all come together as a group for a reason, right? There's something that we want to get done. It may be something that you want to change or something that you want to make better. Now, there's all sorts of groups out there again, and they all have different reasons why they came together. For instance, some groups believe that some people with disabilities may not know how to speak up for themselves. And that's a big problem that they think that needs to be solved. So they come together to teach people how to speak up for themselves. It's called self-advocacy, right? Or there's some groups that come together and they're like, you know what? There's not enough people with disabilities playing sports. And we got to go and spread the word about being, joining sports leagues and being, because it's fun and it's good for people, right? And this is an issue that's important to those groups. So it's important to know, what are you guys dealing with? What are your issues? And you got to share that in your elevator speech. Goals. All self-advocacy groups have issues that they're dealing with. They got their beliefs, but they also got these goals. What do they want to see? What do they want to achieve? What do they want to accomplish? The goals of your group may be what you want to see in a perfect world, right? All this hard work that you guys are putting in together, where you guys are meeting with people and telling them about your group. What do you want to see in a perfect world? For instance, some self-advocacy groups want to ensure that every person with a disability is able to vote freely and independently, because voting is important, right? So, they want to make sure that people are able to vote. And that's their goal. Or some groups out there may have the goal that to have people with disabilities make their own decisions on everything that affects their lives. So that's their goal. They want to make sure that people are able to do that. How are we doing, people? Am I doing okay? You guys agree with this?
yes, sir.
George, yes.
So far, so good.
yeah,
Yes.
All right, because now we're gonna get into the good stuff pretty soon, where you guys are gonna have to give me your speeches. Finally, and I think this is the most important part. When you give your elevator speech, you gotta let people know how they can get involved. Maybe they want to be part of your group. Maybe they want to be part of the athletic leadership council. They want to join. They want to be as cool as Paul. So they want to make sure that they're part of the groups. Or maybe maybe they might want to partner with you. You know, maybe they're another group and they're like, hey, maybe we can work together on something. Or maybe somebody that wants to sponsor or something, an event or something. So how are they going to get involved with you guys if they don't know how they can get in contact with you guys? Now, we all have different things, right? We can tell them about. You can tell them about when you guys meet. You know, for instance, I help facilitate a group and we meet on the first Saturday of every month. You know, so we let them know we're meeting on the first Saturday of every month. Or maybe we have an event, like for instance, we're putting together a self-advocacy conference. And we want to tell them about it so that they can join. Or they can even be a sponsor. Or we have a website, like social media websites, like we got a Facebook page, we got a website, you know, so people can join and learn more about our groups that way. Or we have online meetings, like for instance, my group, we meet in person on the first Saturday of the month, and we meet online on the third Saturday of the month. So, you know, we meet online. So we give people different options on how they can join us. Right? We good?
Yes, options are always good.
Options are always good. You want to know the people that you're targeting, you know, who are you talking to? So if you're giving your elevator speech to somebody, you got to know what's important to them. People will want to be a part of your group if they feel that they have something in common with you, right? Talk about things that maybe that you guys have in common, or maybe that your group can provide something to them. So for example, if I'm talking with the person that may be wanting to join my group, and I know that, you know, they want to get involved in sports, you know, they want to be a part of the Special Olympic events, you know, your elevator speech should talk about that. Be like, hey man, we get together and we go to these events and these are the different things that we do, because that's important to them and this is something that your group can offer. Or maybe there's a company out there that wants to sponsor an event and they're looking for people that have, you know, the common beliefs of that you guys have. So talk about, you know, what are your beliefs? And maybe they'll be like, oh, well, we believe in that too, so we want to sponsor you. So always know who you're talking to and what's important to them, and talk about what you guys have in common. Right? All right. Now, this is one of those things that you gotta, this is body language, right? You guys, when you talk to somebody, it's always important to have good body language. Talk to them, look them in the eye. You know, if you're gonna shake their hand, shake their hand. Make sure that you feel comfortable and happy and smile so that they feel like it's a friendly thing that they want to get involved in. Always important. Or if you're doing it online, you know, just make sure that they feel that they're welcomed. Be prepared to answer questions, you know. If you're giving your speech and they're interested, they may have some questions. You know, they might ask, oh, well, you know, how often do you guys meet? Or, you know, is there going to be cookies? I don't know. You never know. They might ask whatever different questions. So you just be prepared to always give them information. And if you don't know the answer, that's okay. Be prepared to say, you know what? I don't know, but let me get back to you. Or let me give you the information of somebody that may know. Or you can go, you know what? I'm going to tell Saul. And Saul's gonna tell them, you're gonna tell Saul, and then Saul's gonna be like, yeah, I can reach out to them. So always be prepared to give feedback, and if you don't know, that's okay. But always say you're gonna follow up.
Mhm. And even if you ask me,
Now
I may not know, so I might still have to follow up with them myself.
Yeah. How we doing, people? So far, so good?
I think we hit a little bit of a crash after lunch. I think that's what we hit.
Good. We're doing good.
All right, all right.
I'm good.
All right, well, we're gonna get to the good stuff right now. I want to hear your speech. Hey, guess what? Now you try. So, before we give our speeches, I'm gonna talk about, I'm gonna ask you guys some questions and we're all gonna answer them, okay? So be ready to put your thinking caps on and be ready to answer these questions, okay? We're gonna talk about your beliefs, the issues that are important to you, your goals, and how can you get involved with the Athletic Leadership Council? All right. So here are the 4 questions. Let's start with number 1. All right, everybody. Not all at once, but tell me, what do you guys believe in? What are, you know, your thoughts, your philosophies? What's important to you?
All right, George, we have Zach with his hand raised.
Go ahead, Zach.
So for the athlete input council, I feel that we believe that every athlete should have a voice in what's going on in Special Olympics, and that as athletes that we kind of have a little bit of a duty to kind of give back to SAO, to SOAZ.
All right, so everyone should have a voice on what's going on in Special Olympics, and you should be able to give back. Do you guys agree with that? Is that something you guys all agree with?
Not all at once, but I see some heads nodding.
Yeah, all right. Paul
Yes, sir.
says, yeah. All
All right.
right.
We do have Jesse, who also wants to comment.
All right, Jesse, go ahead.
So I believe that we should have more athlete coaches in some states because I'm one of the athlete. I'm working on an athlete coach. So I think in some states they might have them, but in some states I don't see it. I think the input council should add like, hey, we should have more athlete coaches because some athletes might just retire when they get older.
Okay. So that's important to you, and that's maybe an issue, right? That you guys might want to do, that are dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
All
All right, and then we have Kevin, and I think that's it.
Go ahead,
So,
Kevin.
what I think is for this, you have to have a loud voice. Like, if somebody wants to talk to you, you don't want to talk like, hey, you don't like want to talk quietly. You want to talk nice and loud so they can hear you.
Oh, well, yeah, that's sort of like what we talked about, that whole body language thing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. You have to have confidence. You have to be sure about what your group is, right? You guys like being part of the Athletic Leadership Council, right?
I do.
Yeah, well, you got to show it.
Yes.
Be like, yeah, this is a good group. Yes, you should join. We'd love to help you. All right. So we believe that people should speak up for themselves, that you should speak up and have a voice within the Special Olympics organization, and that you got to give back, right? As athlete leaders, right?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about the next thing here. What are the issues that are important to you? What are the things that you guys want to do as a group? Or, you know, what do you guys want to change or something?
We have Haley with her hand raised, and then Jesse right after that.
Haley.
Well, I would say, well, we're asking about the issues, correct?
Yes.
Well, I feel like well, especially specifically like for athlete leadership, actually, Sean, thank you for stealing it. I feel like the issue primarily is that we, as a group, we all, or I guess you can say, athlete leadership as a whole would like to give back to the Special Olympic athletes, to show them that the reasoning why that athlete leadership is so, I guess, a good program is because we are also fellow athletes, but we'd like to have other athletes come join us to show how amazing of an impact that Special Olympics has made to us as athletes, and to also show people that don't know Special Olympics, like I guess how big of an impact that we have with Special Olympics.
All right. So yeah, that's an important issue, right? You wanna make sure that people know how great this organization is.
Yep. George, we have Jesse and then Zach.
All right, Jesse.
I think we should bring back if my years of competing, I think we should bring back more sports. Like we don't have kayak no more. We don't have specific sports, and some of the sports mean a lot. I think it's understandable for a business to change up the sports. Like kayak was pretty good sport. I liked that. I like to. It was in Tinty Town Lake. It was pretty fun. I liked it. I think bring back more sports. I think.
Okay, well, that's important to Jesse, is to bring back more sports, and maybe that's something that you guys are working on to see how we can grow this thing and bring back more sports.
All right, we have Zach, and then Kevin will be our last one, and then we'll move on.
All right, Zach.
So I think the important issue is that we kind of still have like we don't have a lot of sports everywhere, but I've also seen like there's some where it's just like for me, the closest team to play softball with is in Surprise, and that's like an hour away from me.
Oh wow.
And yeah, and like Scottsdale used to have it, but they got rid of it because of COVID. So expanding would be lovely in my area.
Oh, that's a big thing, right? So I'm hearing the big issue that you guys are dealing with is growing Special Olympics so that there's more teams out there, getting more people involved, and then adding more sports, right? Like kayaking and stuff.
Yep.
All right. So we got one more.
We have one more. Kevin, go ahead.
So, what I think we should add, I don't know if this would be a good idea, but what I was thinking was we could, like, there's already softball with Special Olympics. I think we should do baseball too. Like, add baseball to like Special Olympics, just because, I mean, it's like with Chandler, like that'd be really fun to do.
All right.
Okay.
Wow. Baseball is good, especially if you're watching playoff baseball right now.
I'm actually watching the playoffs right now. The Phillies actually won. They beat the Braves.
Oh, nice. Nice. All right. Well, let's move on to goals. And this is, you guys talked about the issues that you're dealing with. What's the goal of the Athletic Leadership Council? Perfect world type thing. What do you guys want to see in a perfect world?
All right, we have
There you go.
Paul. I'm gonna go Paul and then Haley.
The thing
All
I
right,
see,
Paul.
and the thing I've seen, and this is what I've seen when I've been on this council for a while, is we need to have more, we need to grow our membership so we can expand and have other council. I think what you said is that we would have other councils where we would stand alone and the council would be a standalone thing, is what I heard you say, Saul, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
That's what I'd like to see in a perfect world. I'd like to see more my thing personally is, I've had this happen when I've been on it before, is I want to see other people to join our group, and I think that's the big issue right now.
All right. So in a perfect world, Paul wants to see this thing standing on its own, members all over the place, taking over the world.
Yeah.
All right. Who's
Uh,
next?
We have Haley and then we have Jesse.
Ailey.
So I think for me that since I've been a part of the athlete leadership group, I just feel like the goal primarily, it kind of agreeing with Paul where they would want us to recruit more athletes like from all over Arizona. But I also feel like we, and this is just my opinion, is I feel like we could also like reach out to, because I know there different states, you know, here in the US have the same type of situation as us where they have the athlete leadership. So I feel like we can go and, like, for example, go to like a Colorado or, you know, a different states like athlete leadership group and kind of go and kind of you know, spread the word out to the other states and try to see if like we all can be on the same page and like just spread it out to, you know, statewide and kind of go from there and kind of see what athletes would want to come join the athlete leadership and kind of show like, oh, you know, different states like kind of came together and had their athletes you know, meet each other, get to know one another, but also go out to their, you know, specific either competitions and or events and telling their athletes like, hey, like this is what we do, this is what we stand for, and kind of see kind of like how it goes from there. But that's kind of what I'm thinking.
All right. So your goal is to have athlete leadership councils in every state. All right. We got one more. Is that Jesse?
Yes.
So I believe that we should have like nationals and like some states in Arizona. 'Cause I know we always have in California and Florida and every state, but I never hear of Arizona. But I've heard that like we had floor hockey used to be in Flagstaff, but I love it here in Flagstaff because it's big, but I think they're working on it. I think they're having in Phoenix, like that's not as a big union, but I miss having it like in Flagstaff because it's pretty easy for people to have in Flagstaff with nice weather. And that, so I think
Yeah.
we need to have more events.
So in the perfect world, you have more events.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Like more like national.
right.
We have it for the pretty.
Right. All right. Is that it, or is there another one?
I think we have two more. Zach, did you want to say something or is your hand just still raised?
I forgot to put it down.
Okay. Good. So that means we only have one more. Terry, do you want to go and then we'll move on after Terry?
We should be, my goal is to bring Special Olympics back to Phoenix. Phoenix doesn't have Special Olympics. I have to go all the way out to compete on any sport. That's my
All right.
opinion.
All right. Thank you, Terry.
You're welcome.
All right. The last question. Now, this will be the last question I'm gonna ask before I'm gonna ask you to give me an elevator speech. So start thinking about All right, so here's the question. How can people get involved? So what are the ways that people can get involved with you guys? Or how, if you're telling me about your group and you're gonna tell me how I can get in contact with you guys or get involved, what are you guys gonna tell me?
All right, we have Kevin first, Jesse next.
So I think how we can get people involved is spread the word. Like if you want to with people with Special Olympics, you'll be like, how just spread the word. To just be like, hey, do you want to be involved in this, or do you want to? But that's my thing, is to just spread the word around, try to get everybody to join is what I'm saying. Is that good, Sean? And or is that good, Saul?
Yeah,
Well,
good job,
I
Kevin.
guess
Thanks. I always have to
yeah,
ask.
yeah, you definitely want to spread the word, right? You want to, tell people about it. But here's a question for you. If you're gonna tell me to get involved, how do I find out more information, or who do I call, or do you guys have meetings? Let's see, Jesse.
So to get involved, you call our area director. So my area director is Babette. So you would call her about if we have any events in Flagstaff, and some states to have an area director or some director that like Flagstaff. Every year we have the pull-up fund almost every year. Every year. So we raise so much money for the Mountain area, and sometimes if you Google on Special Arizona website or Flagstaff Mountain website, you see what's coming up. So like 2 months ago, we had a wine tasting. I think we did pretty well. Right, Sully?
Yes.
All right, so yeah, you contact your local director, right?
Mm-hmm. All right,
Who else?
we have two more. We have Patricia, and then we have Haley, and we can move on after Haley.
Patricia.
So she's going to answer the question, how can people get involved?
Yes.
So answer. Yep. Invite. Your answer. People. Say it again, clear, loud and clear. Invite people to the games.
Invite people to our competition so they can see what's happening.
Yeah.
Yes, Patricia. Thank you.
That's a good way of getting people involved, because you see how much fun you guys are having. Think Haley's next.
Yes, Haley's next, and then we can move on.
So how I usually tell, or whenever someone asks me this question, I usually tell them, actually really it's more 2 or 3 things. One is actually how I got involved with Special Olympics in the first place. I started, and just to kind of give you a little bit of a backstory, George. I started Special Olympics at 9 years old. My soccer coach came to me, and it was what would be considered, it was AYSO, which is like the major like little kids like soccer league, and they had what's called a VIP section, which was for kids and adults with disabilities could play soccer. My coach at that time was a Special Olympics coach, and he came to my my family and said, hey, I think she would be a good fit for these particular sports. And he told her, my family, like, floor hockey, basketball, and like other sports. I'm sorry, I can't remember the top of my head, but I do remember him like going up to my mom and telling her like, oh, this is a fun program, like this is, and he told my mom exactly like when our practices were, so we can have a better idea as to when they would have practices. And I went to an actual practice myself, and I got to know the coaches, the athletes, and then I kind of started to practice with them, and that kind of got me going, I guess, in the Special Olympics way. That actually, the athlete leadership, I found myself, I wanted to become I wanted to be more involved in the Special Olympics, and I found that they had this athlete leadership. And so I got a hold of Saul and I emailed him, and I said, hey, I'm really interested in this. Like, I've been a part of Special Olympics for a long time and just wanted to give back to other athletes, to show them that, how incredible of an organization that this is. So that's kind of, I guess, my backstory and how people can get involved.
All right, great. Yeah, definitely, especially if you're gonna get recommended some sports to get involved in. It's a great way of getting it started. All right, people. So we've talked about what you guys believe in. We talked about what the issues that are important to you. We talked about what your guys' goals are. And we talked about how people can get involved. Now let's put it all together. Let's pretend that I'm meeting you guys for the first time, and you guys want to tell me about the Athletic Leadership Council. Who wants to give me their elevator speech?
No pressure, guys. No pressure.
Here's the thing. There's a lot of pressure here. So if nobody speaks up, I'm just gonna call names.
We do have Haley that has her hand up.
All right, Haley. Tell me why I should be involved, or tell me about the Athletic Leadership Council.
So, hello, George. My name is Haley, because I know you said
Hi.
you're meeting me for the first time. So what we believe in athlete leadership is to basically recruit, or not recruit, but basically have athletes come join our group, and to spread awareness for Special Olympics, and whether that's events, fundraisers, tournaments, where we have our little booth that we have, and to basically tell other athletes our group and to have them be involved, in these certain events. So the issues that are important to me in the special athlete leadership is to try to spread the word out to as much athletes as we can, but to also tell them that there are some really cool events that we do, but we also want to showcase how important Special Olympics is to not just us athletes, but to everyone involved in the company. And then our goals, for our group is to basically, like I said before, spread the word out to as much athletes as possible, and to also showcase how amazing of an organization that Special Olympics is. And then how you can get involved is you can, how we usually tell our athletes is to join athlete leadership in general. You do have to fill out a paper to get involved with our athlete leadership, and then Saul usually will meet one-on-one with you, and it will either be with myself or Sean, who's our president, and then we will kind of go from there.
I don't know, people. She told us about her beliefs. She told us what were the issues that are important to them, or to the Athletic Leadership Council, the goals, and how to get involved. She covered all the bases?
I think she did.
I
Yes,
think
she did.
Yes, she did.
That was awesome.
Good job, Haley.
Awesome.
Good job, Haley.
Thank you.
Anybody
I
else
was a
wanna
little
give-
nervous,
Good
to
job.
be honest.
Oh, no, you did amazing. That was great.
All right.
I
we do-
want to join the council now.
Haley will get you
All
signed up.
right.
We do have Kevin that's next.
All right, Kevin, your turn.
Hi, George. My name's Kevin, but a lot of my friends call me K-Dog. What do I believe in? I believe that I could try to get people involved, I guess. Oh my gosh, I'm so confused about this. Or not confused, but I'm kind of nervous about this because I don't know how I'm gonna do. But
All
I
right,
believe
just
I could try to get people to be like, oh hey, you want to come and do this. What issues are important to you? Like kind of help people, because I'm really good at helping people, and if they need help with what they need help with, I'd be down to help people with like what I need to do or what they need to do. And then the goals, my goals are for to let's see, oh my gosh, my goals are to like help, like kind of introduce myself a little more, I guess. Like if there's new people that come on, I could be like, oh hey, you want to introduce myself, kind of tell them a little bit about myself, and like when people come on. And then how I can get people involved is like Haley said, or like I said before, spread the word, to try to get people to get involved and be like, oh hey, do you want to do like people going to like events and stuff, like softball tournaments or whatever, and be like, oh hey, it'd be really cool to have people come and try to get them involved in other things, like things like this. So
yeah.
Cool.
That-
Thank you,
that's
Kevin.
not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all.
All right,
All right.
K-Dog. Now let's see. We have Trayvon that is wanting to give his speech.
Hey Jordan, my name is Shawan. So what I put, believe in myself, so I put stay committed with other athlete groups and don't be sad with them. That's what I put. And then my goal is work together with my team, challenge softball teammates to play hard. They focus on what we are doing. Stay positive with each other. And then what I put involved, I will get involved with Special Olympics groups, with spread the word and then stay touch base with them and help out with them and to do all the activity. So I will get involved with them. That's what I do.
Great. Yeah, you told us what you guys believe in, and then getting involved with Special Olympics. All right. Now, giving elevator speeches can be hard, but remember, you're trying to get people involved in your group, right? So you want to make sure that people know about you guys. And what are the cool things that you do, and how can they get involved? How can they find out more about you? How can they join? All that good stuff. So, with practice, you'll get even better, and pretty soon you'll be recruiting people left and right. All right. Do we have one more, or how are we doing? How are we doing, Soj?
I think we're doing good. It doesn't look like anybody else raised their hand. Anybody else want to go before time's up?
I'll
Last
go
call.
so.
All right, Roxanne.
Okay,
Go.
Roxanne.
that's how I got my name.
Okay,
You're fine. Okay,
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
that's okay. All right. My name is Roxanne Johnson. I believe in that we can help produce the ALC and help messengers by spreading the word on totally different stuff that we have going on right now and what issues. Just working together on everything, the issues that we have. And what are the goals? Just to recruit people. And how people can get involved on the Special Olympics website, soaz.org, or call the phone number.
Awesome. Well, people, I want to thank you guys for being part of my little presentation and inviting me to your guys' group. A little bit more about what I do. I am part of the Self Advocacy Coalition that we meet on the second Friday and fourth Friday of every month. And we have presentations just like this one today. So if you like what we did today, we invite you guys to join us in our meetings and being part of our Self Advocacy Coalition. So I'm sure you can give them more information about when we meet. But like I said, we meet on the second Friday and fourth Friday, and we meet from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So you guys, if you're ever interested in joining us, we'd love to help you guys being part of our group. So thank you guys so much for inviting me, and I hope this was helpful.
George,
welcome,
thank you
George.
for coming. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
presenting.
George.
Thank
Um,
you, George.
Guys,
Thank you,
Thank you, George.
can we give George a round of applause for her presentation, guys?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much,
Well,
George, for coming on.
enjoy the rest of your guys' day.
Thanks,
All
you
right.
too.
Thank you, George.
Bye.
All right, guys. I know I have a link for our closing remarks or our closing segment. We're all on here. We can just stay on here if we want to. That way we don't have to go back and forth. But I really just want to, now that we closed off, that was our last presentation. I really want to know what you guys thought. What was good? What was bad? What we could do, what I can do better next time if we do another workshop. Just general thoughts. Anybody want to hit me with what they thought?
I thought it was good the way it was.
That it was good the way it was? Okay.
I
Thank
just
you.
wish it was in person.
Yep. We'll work on in person as we continue. It's just a little tricky because as you can see, everybody lives in different cities.
That's hard.
Terry, what do you think?
I think for the public speaking, have more time. 'Cause some people have more questions about the public speaking than how short time it was.
Yes. I feel like everybody had a lot of questions, which was great. We want questions, right? We don't want to just listen to that person speak the whole time. So questions were great. But yeah, I think we rushed a few presentations just because we had so many questions. So maybe a little bit more time next time. Thank you, Terry. Kevin, did you have something?
I really loved it. I thought it was awesome, and I definitely want to do this again. Everybody did a good job, and I wanted to say that, and hopefully we'll do it again.
Yeah, hopefully we will. Thank you, Kevin. Patricia, did you have any comments?
We can put on
Learning how to speak in public and on the phone and on camera was her favorite.
Well, thank you for joining, Patricia. I hope you did enjoy yourself and I hope you learned something that we can continue to use for you to be a great athlete leader. So thank you for participating, Patricia. All right, who else? Jesse, you got something?
I did. I thought it helped me speak better and not being nervous around people. And I really liked the presentation. Those guys did a really amazing job from like Tennessee, North Carolina, and George was really fun. So I had a good time.
Well, thank you, Jesse. I'm glad you had a great time and you learned some things that you can use. Trayvon, did you have anything to say, or did your hand just up?
It was a good presentation. That's how I speak up to all you guys and then speak clearly and then communicate with you guys. So we should do it again.
Awesome. Thank you. And I'm sure we'll do this again. Paul, anything?
I thought it was good because I think the elevator speech is good because we go out and I forget what it is, we table speech and we have to recruit people. And I think that's a good tool we can use when we go, like when we go to fall games, if we get members or we go out to recruit, because I think that's basically what I came away from it, because I think that we need to get, if we're gonna get the members, we need to tell them our story. And that's what I got from the last one, because I thought that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul, thank you for sharing. I'm gonna have Roxanne and then Michelle. Okay.
It was great when I jumped on to learn about the social media for some of the presentations coming up for Health Messengers.
Yeah, great. I'm
It
glad.
was great.
Good. And I'm glad that you're gonna be able to put it to practice coming up soon when we present.
Yes, in our meetings.
Mhm. All right, Michelle.
So when I was at the fall games, you guys persuaded me to join you guys every single time. Like, and Mike Tom helped out. And so, yeah, you guys actually did it. And I still have the business card right here. So yeah, you guys actually helped me out. And then I also had I screenshotted when they were doing the elevator speech today. I screenshotted it. It's on my other screen so I could read it and see what it is and things like that. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Well, I'm glad everyone got a good experience out of it. I'm glad people learned. And I'm glad we were able to do this successfully. So I'm glad you guys had a good time. Last thing I want to say before I let you guys go and you start your weekend. Thank you for joining us. I know practices got in the way for some people, and they were still able to make it after. And I know a lot of you guys were here from 9:30 until now with me. So I do want to thank you. Thank you very much for joining. And if everyone is cool with it, if you don't want to do it, you can jump off. But I'd like to take a picture of us on screen, just to show how many athletes came to our workshop. So if you don't want to be a part of the picture, that's okay. You can absolutely just leave now. I hope you have a great weekend. If you do want to be a part of the picture, just stick with me for one moment while I screenshot, okay? All right, everybody ready? And smile. All right, I think I got it. Perfect.
Oh, I didn't see you smile.
I didn't smile. I have an awkward face going on, but that's okay.
And Saul, I just got a
Hey, so
brand new
do I.
smile, so I'm happy to actually do my smile.
That's great. You got, oh, that's cool.
I had
You
a
got new
root
smile?
canal done and a couple fillings done, but I'm good to go now.
Oh, I know that feeling. Nico. I know that feeling.
So
All right.
you
So-
said that my stuff, you said my stuff is coming in, right? You told me that you're sorry that you forgot me, but you will you will send to me, right? You said.
Yep. So last part, I will be sending you guys a survey for after training surveys. You guys took a survey when you registered. And now I'm gonna send you the same survey to see if we learned, if we see if we progressed in some of the skills. I'm sorry, I'm gonna send the survey. Once you guys complete the survey, I'm gonna be sending you guys a really cool athlete leadership water bottle. It's a metal one that you can carry around with you. And I'll also be sending you guys some headphones, some athlete leadership headphones. So I'm gonna send that link right now, right after this training. Please complete it, and I will be sending everything out in about a week. Once everyone's completed, Jesse, I'll be sending you everything. So everything from the first box and everything that you'll get after the survey.
Sean,
I would do this.
a
I have to
question.
do the survey after I'm done, right?
Yep,
Good.
I'll send it to everybody right now so that everyone can get started on it. Does anyone have any final questions before we jump off?
So, sorry, Saul. Go ahead with Kevin.
All right, Kevin and then Roxanne.
I was just gonna say, what kind, are they the hard headphones where you put them in, or are they like the ones that you have to like, cause I wanna see what they look like, cause.
So they kind of look like AirPods. So they'll be hard.
That's
It'll be a hard-
awesome.
It'll be a
Oh,
hard
that is
case.
awesome.
So you
That
guys will
is
get-
awesome.
You'll get a
Oh, that's so
hard,
cool.
you'll get a hard reusable water bottle that's really cool, trust me. And then I'll send you guys some headphones too, so that you guys can
Awesome. Thank
do
you.
stuff.
I need
And
So
I
don't
can
forget the
attest the
t-shirt
headphones are
too that
good.
I'm wearing.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
the
send
athlete
some.
leader.
I have mine on too.
Yeah, so
Well, it's
And
not
a
the
sticker.
blue one,
You said
guys,
something
it's
about
the
a
gray
sticker.
one. It's literally
Yeah.
a gray one with athlete leader on the side.
I'll try and remember the stickers, Michelle.
So where's my gray shirt at?
You weren't here to help me fill the boxes. Haley was here to fill the boxes with me.
Yeah, I got,
Well, you should
Oh,
have.
that's
All
funny,
you have to
Sean.
do is just call, so I would have
Hey,
been up there.
Sean.
Oh, can I log off?
Sean, it's okay. I had to call him
You
out so
can,
many
Kevin.
times on his spelling.
Thank you for coming,
anyways.
Kevin.
Of course.
I still have the hat too.
Nice.
Nice,
All right,
Michelle. Good
guys.
I
job.
have mine too, myself.
It's 3:00. Everyone wants to start their weekend, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you for coming. Deb, thank you for interpreting. Deb, if you want any of the stuff that George has, let me know. I'll get you something. But other than that, thanks for coming, guys. You are all free. Thank you for being great leaders, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Hey,
Thanks,
Saul.
So
so
that
you
weekend,
too.
that's-
Thanks, Al. You too.
Bye.
All right,
Peace.
bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Paul, if you want to send me anything, I'll take it. I'll wear it proudly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deb, maybe just shoot me your address to make sure I have it, and I can shoot you something.
Okay, yes. All right, thank
All right.
you.
Bye, guys.
Deb, that look on your face when he said that automatically sealed the deal that you wanted stuff.
Yes,
Yeah, she's a part of our group. She helps us all the time. All
I've
right.
been with Special Olympics since 2005.
Dang.
Damn.
I've been a part of Special Olympics since 2005. So yeah, I love it.
I joined 5 years later, so.
All right, guys, cutting it off. 3, 2, 1. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye, guys.